And throughout the tragedy, the comedy, and all of the strange goings on in the Tempest, the desire for human connection. Even though Prospero is on an island and Felix is self-imposed exile, there is this idea of connection. So basically, the revenge plot basically captures everybody within both stories and connects them. The idea of dislocation and isolation. Prospero has time and space to reflect on things. Fletcher Prison actually gives Felix a sense of freedom rather than sitting and stewing in his own juices. He's able to think and meet people and become a changed person. Miranda, in both texts, is a motive of connectedness, of compassion, and AnneMarie is also a unifying force of that. So certainly in terms of the Tempest, in Miranda, Prospero finds a student, a possession, and something that keeps him, moving forward or in life. Oh, a cherubim, thou wast that did preserve me. You preserved him, kept him going, kept him, thinking about things. Even in Caliban, the creature that they come to meet, who represents, the indigenous population, when they initially turned up, and then I love thee and showed thee all the qualities of the isle. Okay, so Caliban, accepted them and welcomed Prospero and Miranda. This didn't last very long. The connections for Caliban, when Stefano and Trinculo turn up on the island, what a thrice double ass was I to take this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool. All right, he still welcomes anyone who comes to the island and tries to make things work with them. In terms of Miranda, romantic love with Ferdinand. Ariel, basically always looking for a positive connection with Prospero. Is this connection just so that Prospero, then allows Ariel to go free? That's for you to decide. But the idea of this forgiveness, of this, because of human connections and humanity, and doing the right thing for humanity, is there in Prospero. So that's really nice. The connection between Prospero and the audience, we see through the Tempest that Prospero is the director, making everything happen on the island. The island is his stage. In the end, in the epilogue, once he asks the audience to clap him once more and to allow him to leave the stage. In terms of Hag-Seed, we have Felix. He's our big bad one. So Felix goes into his self-imposed exile. He's dealing with loss, grief, being, losing his job. Then he realizes that getting back into the world, re-engaging with people, he hoped it would ground him. Okay, break out of your cell. You need a real world connection. Okay, the idea that he is seeing his home as a cell, much like Prospero does in the Tempest. It's almost like there's a connection between the two texts. Okay, but even Felix reaches out to his daughter Miranda, who he knows has passed, but he sees her all over the place. Behind his left shoulder, there's an odd shadow. In terms of AnneMarie and Freddie, who at this stage in Hag-Seed represent Miranda and Ferdinand, at the end where they are together, it's as if they were made for each other, like a pair of ice dance champions, which is a lovely simile there. It shows that they are sort of in concert and doing things together and helping each other out. In terms of AnneMarie and Felix, this connection that she has, I wish you were my dad, it would be an improvement. All right, just a lovely sentiment there to highlight the connection that Felix and AnneMarie had, and that is that.